sick. A lot of people have the flu right now, and I'm a little worried about the scratchiness in his voice because there's just nothing you can do about that. If somebody's sick, they're sick. So you just got to make the most of it. So I'm hoping that he's going to get through the day all right.
You know, something I really like about the direction home theater's going is this notion of the theater in a box, meaning that the DVD player, the amplifier, and all the speakers for a 5.1 surround sound are all matched. You can spend a lot of money on home theater, but one of the big mistakes is not matching speakers to power of the amplifier, the output, and not getting the correct DVD player, progressive scanner, high resolution. Being matched by the manufacturer actually take them 2 or 3 steps higher than you would get for an equivalent price of buying all the components yourself. So if you're looking for great sound in your home, you can spend a few $100s on this kit, take it out of the box, hook it up, and you think you're listening to a couple $1,000 system.
Dave Chalk Connected is brought to you by TELUS. The future is friendly.
Buying a TV, unfortunately, is becoming a very challenging thing. It used to be you buy the TV, you hook on the antenna, put in the cable, plug it in the wall, and it works. So new televisions can have a computer signal go into them because they really are a hybrid of a computer screen. And that is one of the reasons why buying a TV is becoming so complicated, because now it is augmented with all the ability and features of a computer screen. Therefore, there's a lot more decisions to be made when you buy your TV.
Yeah, it's rocking a bit.
Well,
they're kind of red. They're kind of.
Maybe you should just pull it right out.
It might look fun without it. Just take the cable.
Reason apart for coming in. Actually a tree hugger, but I like doing it weirdly.
This is me when I should be in bed, sleeping, doing the best I can to put on a good show.
I don't know if you listen to this. I know, but he did.
Guys?
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Wow, look at that picture quality and color of the image behind me. It is no wonder that Sony's Grand Vega is the most popular television in Canada. Now combine that with a wireless DVD dream system, including speakers like these, and you have a digital masterpiece in your living room, the Sony Vega Theater. It can only be experienced in a living room, combining digital imagery in the big picture format with digital audio that is the best you could possibly imagine. At the heart of the Grand Vega television is the Vega engine. It is a 3-chip optical engine that keeps signals digital the entire time. It's comprised of 3.2 million pixels, giving a brilliant, bright, clear, and crisp image, corner to corner. No ghosting, no fading, and no blurriness. You'll especially see the advantages of this engine in the larger size screens, such as the 55 or the 60-inch that I have behind me. And thinking about the future, the Grand Vega is built for that. It has included with it the ATSC digital tuner that will ensure the television is capable of future broadcasts. The Vega Theater that I'm sitting with here today incorporates some pretty impressive technology for audio distribution. It incorporates digital infrared audio transmission. The receiver unit is right here. This means that the rear speakers are actually receiving a fully uncompressed digital signal across the room, meaning there's no messy wires to run from the system. Also, the transmission will not interfere with anything else in your house and can transfer up to 24 bits of audio information at a time. Very impressive sound. And combine that with the digital twin subwoofer over there, you know that whatever you're listening to is going to get to your ears the way it was meant to be heard. At the heart of this Vega Theater's audio is the Dream System. Not only can it play the DVDs, but it can play the Super Audio CDs for high-resolution audio, as well as JPEG images contained on a CD or a DVD. As you can see, the brushed aluminum styling here gives a sophistication to any room. And if too many remotes are the problem, one of the things that Sony really can boast is a single remote to control everything. On this one, for example, splitting the image and balancing between 2 shows is as easy as the click of just a button. Well, as you can see, Sony truly has it covered when it comes to style. Beautiful screen, small footprint, and very thin design, only about 20 inches deep. And the unique speaker design makes it a sophisticated look for any home. You know, the idea of a home theater usually conjures up a dimly lit room used only for television or watching special movies. But the Grand Vega opens the doors and turns on the light. You see, it operates exceptionally well in bright ambient light, allowing someone to possibly read a book in the same room. If you're looking for the ultimate in the digital home experience of a home theater, Sony's Vega Theater, the ultimate combination of the Grand Vega, the single remote control, and the Dream System for phenomenal audio will ensure that your television and movie experience goes to the next level. If your den or living room looks anything like this, there is finally a workable solution. There have been a number of universal remote controls in the marketplace that would say they would replace all of these, but they've been very difficult to program. Until now, this one called Harmony Remote, recently purchased by Logitech, so probably a name we can trust. Different in the sense that you don't program the remote control. You actually go to their website, harmonyremote.com. There you just click off all the different devices you own in your home, from your PVR to your DVD player, and literally push all these aside. Once done, hook this up to the USB port of your computer, plug it into the end of the remote control, and everything transfers off the website, and you have total control with the remote. There's a number of different versions available, ranging from about $200 to $250. There is even a Windows Media Center one, which right out of the box controls your Windows Media Center, so definitely some good options. This one even comes with a number of different colored faceplates, so if you are really, once and for all, trying to get a universal remote and don't want to have to sit for hours configuring it, try out the Harmony.
Oh yeah, I heard that he was a little sick. Home remedies, lemon, garlic, and ginger tea.
Well, when Dave gets out of here, he's just got to tea, rest, and load up on medication. It's supposed to be sweeter than sugar.
But it doesn't taste like black licorice or anything.
Not really.
Like black licorice, to me, it looks like
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
All right, final set, please. 2-6, take 1. Parker?
Well, there's no question, when you're traveling with technology, smaller is always better, especially with notebooks, phones, and mice. This is something from Targus. This is their Bluetooth mini mouse with Bluetooth adapter. If you haven't heard of Bluetooth, it's a wireless networking standard that works in conjunction with peripherals like these mice and keyboards and notebook computers and cell phones. Bluetooth is actually named after the Danish king back 1,000 years ago that united Denmark. And the idea behind that is that this wireless standard is uniting all these peripherals. What I like about this one is obviously the size and the fact that it does come with this Bluetooth adapter. It's USB, and simply by plugging into the back of your notebook computer, it'll instantly recognize the mouse, and now you don't have to worry about any cords traveling all over the place. This is an optical mouse. It's 800 DPI, or dots per inch, and what that basically means is that you're going to have very precise mouse movement as you're moving your arrow across the screen. And what I like about this mouse is that it has an on-off switch. This is cool because it'll actually help you preserve the battery. Some mice don't have that feature. And with the Bluetooth adapter, this is another great feature. If you've got things like a Bluetooth phone or a Bluetooth keyboard, it'll actually recognize it automatically, and for example, with this particular Bluetooth phone, I can actually sync up my contacts while I'm out on the road. So if your notebook didn't come with Bluetooth, most notebooks don't, it's a great little package because not only do you get the mouse, it upgrades your notebook to accept up to 7 other Bluetooth connections at the same time.
Good. Good.
You got it all right, my friend?
You know, when I go to malls and stuff, I can't tell you how many people recognize me from the show. And it's kind of funny because I love talking to them, but they'll always come up and they'll go, oh, wow, you're Mike from the computer show. And I'll always say, yeah, that's great that you watch it. I'm really glad you enjoy it. And then there's this uncomfortable silence because they don't really say anything else. So it's always me that ends up sitting there talking for the longest time with these folks.
Started off a little slow, but anticipated. Made up with these shorter segments, which I anticipated as well. So we're good.
En français, s'il vous plaît. En français.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Got any home remedies?
Yeah, being at home, watching TV.
Big things. I was down over Christmas and I had the flu that went to the bronchitis. And I had the humidifier going 24 hours a day with eucalyptus, and I swear it's the only thing that allowed me to sleep and allowed me to get some rest.
Well, Microsoft's Media Center 2005 is certainly having a big effect on the way we can view and use digital content in our home. It's also having a significant effect on the manufacturers that make the hardware. This is from Hewlett-Packard. It is the Digital Entertainment Center, the Z545. And it does look different, but it's fully packed and ready to go. Inside is an Intel Pentium 4 processor running at 3 gigahertz. The hard drive, 200 gigabytes, and of course, it can be expanded. Using technology from HP, the Personal Media Drive. It works in a number of their systems and allows you to considerably take capacity up. But that's only really the beginning, because there's a lot of other factors that come into play. Of course, the system includes a keyboard, this one wireless, so you have instant access to web and configuration of the system, as well as running instant messenger, which is handy. Remember, one of the big things with Media Center is remote control comfortability right from the couch, and you can do that all from this. But connectivity is obviously really important as well. On the back of the device, practically every connector known to man, from composite video, component, DVI, S-video, and all of the regulars are here, as well as 7.1 surround sound to be connected to your home entertainment system. Connectivity is also available on the front for quick connectivity. And as well, too, input for digital media. All the major media types are handled inside of this. And one of the most important things about any system like this is connecting it to the television. Well, of course, it can be done, but then it comes down to the content. 2 TV tuners built in. Means you can capture on one while viewing on the other. What do you do with it? Well, of course, you send it to the hard drive, but when that's done, you can get it out by burning it to DVD. We're talking about a dual layer, both plus and minus R and RW drive that allows you to pack a lot of information on. And of course, on a system like this, graphics are going to play an important role. And HP hasn't spared anything here, using the ATI Radeon X300 SE with 128 megabytes of RAM, ensuring computer graphics and television graphics look wonderful right in your living room. And of course, too, it does need to be Wi-Fi enabled, and it is built right in. If you are looking to take complete digital control in your home of your pictures, graphics, photos, digital music, digital entertainment of any sort for that matter, do think about Microsoft Windows Media Center running on the HP Digital Entertainment Center. Let me show you a little secret about getting a better picture on your TV. You may not have to invest in completely new equipment. Sometimes we just don't connect using the right cable or really the connector on the back of the device. If you've got a PVR or a new DVD player, you shouldn't be using this connector. This is the old-fashioned RCA, and it really doesn't have good picture quality. You even see in the thickness of the cable. The other 2 connectors here are to carry the audio up. Well, what was the next progression after that? It was the S-video cable. This has the picture quality and information about the brightness of the picture, making it look a lot better on the TV. But you still need separate cables to bring the audio up. Progression from this was the component connector. This actually separates this signal into 3 separate cables, so there's less interference. Again, it deals with the color and the brightness, but by separating it out with less interference, you get a better picture. You still need separate cables to get the audio. And if you're starting to use the new 5 or 7.1 digital, it means a heck of a lot of cables. So when devices went digital, the DVD players and the TVs like this one here, we brought out a new connector called the DVI, the Digital Video Interface. Keeps everything digital, and it does a good job, but still, it didn't carry the audio, and that's coming down to a lot of cables these days. So here's the one you're looking for when you buy a new device or a new TV. Make sure it has this, an HDMI connector. This can carry up to 5 gigabytes per second, meaning 7.1 surround sound and HD TV. You know, if you were to connect with this, you'd be looking at a pretty bad picture. You connect with this, and you're really getting what you put your money out for, a great picture. So watch the cables. You know, the real sad thing about technology and inherent in its design is we create something and then we release it. Then we realize we have to make it better and better and better. And that's the whole upgrade cycle. The internet gets faster, computers get faster, screens get more definition. But there is an end game. There is a final point. You know, we don't talk about how fast a telephone is because it's fast enough. Well, television images over the years have got higher and higher resolution. We are finally coming to that point where for the human eye, there will be enough resolution to make the picture look real. That's what the problem is. So when we talk about new DVDs coming to the marketplace, Blu-ray and HD DVD, we're just trying to catch up to that point where the mind, the brain, and the eyes are saying that's a good picture. So we got the picture screen there with HD, and now the content has to be upgraded. 5 to 10 years from now, we'll be back to sitting calmly and not worrying about upgrading. But we release it too quickly into the marketplace, and then we play catch up for 5 to 10 years.
Grab me one of those 4-bank Kinoflows.
Yeah.
And set that one right here. Okay.
These things are forced, so I'm just trying to organize. But organizing when you have no idea what you're organizing is very difficult.
Power cable. Very important when you're setting up lights. You need this.
We have cables here and here. We're going to hide them so you can't even see them.
In case you hadn't noticed, I'm still working on the blue cable.
Well, I've got zinc and vitamin C and some nice Earl Grey tea with honey. And I don't have any whiskey, but if I'd known, I would have brought some with me.
You know, at the end of the day, it all comes down to content. If you have got yourself a new high-definition big screen TV, you got to watch something on it. Whether it be sports or your favorite movie, you've got to get that content into your home. I'll show you two solutions from Bell ExpressView, completely different concepts. One is focusing on HD TV, getting you the high resolution, great content, and the other one we'll look at is their new PVR Plus, which is a dual tuner PVR.
This is their 6100 series HD TV satellite receiver, and this is important. Lots of people have gone out and bought these big widescreen televisions, but you're truly not getting the full picture out of it. Bell ExpressView actually has 20 dedicated high-definition channels. And by simply going to the guide, you can see them. They're denoted by the HD there. And again, that means high definition. What that means is that you're going to get the full 16:9 panoramic image, and also if they're broadcasting in surround sound, 5.1 surround sound, you can have your speaker set up to take advantage of that as well.
And we've talked about it before, that an HD picture is nearly 10 times the resolution of a regular television picture. So, you know, do yourself a favor. If it's all about the content and you've got an HD TV, you've got to upgrade your receiver, and Bell's certainly one of the ways you can go. There's many options out there, around $400. Now, the other solution, which is not available in HD, but what you are getting from this unit is a PVR, personal video recorder, meaning you're recording the shows and literally time shifting. You're able to watch the show when you want to watch it. A few things about it. Well, I guess about $600 in price. I think you can put a deal together for about $30 a month in a rent to use. Connects up to your television, comes with 2 remote controls. Now, the remote controls are pretty straightforward. If we can flip the TV over, 2 interesting things and 2 very important buttons here. One is the guide, giving you your regular guide selection. By scrolling out, looking for any show that you want to record, and hitting the select button, it will have the unit recorded. It can record up to about 120 hours of content. Once your content has been recorded, the nice next button you use, and this is the main one you'll use after that, because once you've set the PVR, it'll go off on its merry way and record every day all of your favorite shows, is the PVR button itself. Bringing that up now shows you a selection of all the shows that you have available. And in the future, you literally just scroll down through there to pluck off any show you want. Now remember, while you're watching regular TV, you have all the pause, the stop, the fast forward, all the way up to 300 times fast forward. A great way to skip through all the commercials. Interesting thing too, there are 2 remote controls. This one is infrared, meaning it's line of sight, and this one is an RF, radio frequency, works up to about 200 feet, because this PVR has 2 tuners, meaning you can record one show, watch another, record 2 different shows, or wire this unit into another room, as I've set up over here, with a whole different TV. But if you're in that room with the remote control, it better go a long way. So over here, you use the RF remote control, which will control the second tuner out of the box, and you can merrily watch 2 different shows right through the system. Again, new TVs, get the good content up there. We've got a choice between HD and PVR. I'm sure in the near future, both of these units will be combined into one, but for the time being, you do have to make that selection.
It's pretty cool that we actually have 2 TVs.
I know. Yeah, the only...
You know what? think I'm gonna get one of these.
I think the frustrating thing for me is, obviously we need to combine these. You could use both of the units together, but
there's not enough HD channels yet.
I've said it. Yeah, I know. I've said it in shows. Once I got my PVR, I would never go back, because this screen here, you see, you don't have to worry about everything that's on. You pick the shows that you want, and you're just scrolling through that happily, watching anything you want to watch.
I could record all the shows that I'm on and watch them again and again and again. You gotta be careful though when you look at these HD channels. For example, PBS down the States, that's typically one of the HD channels you'd get in a package. If you look at the content that's on PBS, I would say that 75 to 85% of it, maybe even more, is not HD content. It's just basic regular video shows, video television shows that they've up-converted. They've tried to increase the quality, but it's not the same as a true high-definition signal.
Dave Chalk Connected is brought to you by TELUS. The future is friendly.
Big is better was coined by a man. It's all about size and power. For women, it's about function and usage. So women can much more easily determine that there's a balance we need between how big the TV is and the rest of the furniture in the room and the amount of time spent watching it. But I think it's inherently ingrained in a man's mind that no matter what category it is, TV to a car to a motor, everything's got to be bigger. But quite honestly, when it comes to TV and visual viewing, there comes a point where big is big enough.
I love TVs. I've got a few in my house and I can't live without them.
Mike's middle name is Big is Better, for sure. He's got the biggest of everything.
Apparently I do sing a lot in my car, from what people have told me.
Have you ever done karaoke with Dave?
Dave and karaoke? Not in a million years. Dave runs away from those things. You know what? I would give $1 million if he ever karaoke'd.